You won't do for love. You tried everything, but you can't give up. In my words, only you. Hey, what's happening, everyone? I was singing that to myself before coming back in the room. I was belting that. Welcome back, everyone. Hope you're doing well, having a fantastic day out there. I appreciate you all stopping in, as today we listen to Oskar. We're going to check out I Remember Home, a Peasant's Journey. It's the first three tracks that open up this suite here off of the album Oskar, self-titled, purely self-titled, which was released in 1976. We're taking a listen to this because this was suggested and sponsored by Will. So Will, thank you so much for the recommendation. Thank you so much for the suggestion as well. I can't say that, at least off the top of my head, I've heard of Oskar. Sometimes names sound familiar, like perhaps we've run across them before. And like his name kind of looks familiar, but I don't know if that's just me thinking of like, someone else that just maybe has a similar name. But his name doesn't stand out recognizing to me, at least initially. Anyways, what do you say we go ahead and give it a listen? We can discuss it a little bit during and a lot of bit after. Gotta twist ourselves around, contort ourselves. Here we go. Starting off with the first piece. Let's see. It has three different titles. First one is The Journey, then The Immigrant, and then The Promised Land. Here we go. Work it out. It's heavy. love how it hits that chorus so strongly. Actually, this might just be another solo. And the guitar. We're having a great time with this. This is really a great track. Those chords again. What a joy to listen to this. Deep blow that is. Is that bass clarinet? Now the immigrant is the next part here. This is a great opening. uses the right so often. It sounds like a very natural crowd. Really a great trip. I like that stutter, that melodic stutter. Okay, back in traffic. This part is the Promised Land. We're on the train tracks heading there. Back to the jam of it. I love those chords, man. Bring it all back together. I will never speak for you. But that was a great way to spend, what, 15 minutes or so? 16 minutes together? That was a really fantastic way to spend it. And okay, so Lee Oskar, he's playing the harmonica on here. And I guess I should have guessed that looking at the album cover. I like so much. I've never thought of harmonica as being, I suppose, like a lead instrument, especially in compositions like this, which like are very jazzy and, you know, in that particular realm, described as jazz funk, and that works well. I never really thought of harmonica as being like that kind of sound. But the way that he plays it, the musicians that he's surrounded himself with, actually make it fit in incredibly well. And I'm looking at here, I'm going to pull you up here. I have the Discogs pulled up so I can see who's playing what, of course. And, you know, when it comes to harmonica, I see that he's also playing, I guess, bass harmonica, which I mean, of course, I'm assuming it's just a lower end harmonica. And I think that we get some of that in the music. Like we hear some of those lower end notes coming from him, and they really have a deeper resonance in the music, of course, as contrasted by, the normal harmonica that we hear in there. And I think that that is so cool, especially with the way that it works with, let me see where he is. Not the timbales. Actually, with the sax there. Oh, no, we're not hearing sax in this track. Never mind. Forget what I was just about to say. Throw it out the window. Okay. That's actually really cool then. So those deeper notes that we hear that I was thinking was like a horn is actually going to, I'm assuming, be him on the harmonica, which is really unique to get that kind of deep resonance out of it. These compositions were just fun to listen to. This is, to me, that kind of almost a different side of a pop kind of jazz sound where you could just sit back and relax like I did for 15 minutes and just groove with it. Let them perform in an excellent way. The melodies are really fun. I like how the vocals come in on the second and the third track, and they sound like just a regular crowd of people that are just, you know, signing up just to sing and harmonize alongside with the instrumentation. And they sound great. I like that kind of natural feel. It doesn't always have to be some perfect chorus of singers that, you know, sing in a pristine and perfect manner. They sounded great. I just love that human addition to the music. The melodies are absolutely wonderful in here as well, especially that kind of stutter melody in the second part here. Well, it ended there. But that part, like the like that little playfulness was so well. And like I said, in my head, I can't think of harmonica leading compositions like this, but the way he plays, it genuinely exceeds my expectations in that particular regard. And it's because of the way the rest of the band, like I said, the rest of the musicians play around those particular sounds. So on keyboards, you have Lonnie Jordan. Actually, I always got to make sure I look at the B2 and the A2. All right, Lonnie Jordan is not credited on this track. On this track, on these three rather, it's Herman Eberich. Herman Eberich. And I love the way he plays. It's a really cool sound on it. You have a lot of instrumentation actually performed by Greg Errico, handling, you know, a lot of the percussion, synth, strings, piano, bass, guitar. Well, he's doing a lot in these tracks. He might be one of the most involved in the atmosphere and drive of this track, besides Robert Vega, who's credited with bass and guitar as well. And I think that the point is that this wouldn't have sounded as good as it did without great musicians to really bring Lee's vision to life in what he wanted to accomplish. Because this very well could have gone into the realm of, I hired you backing musicians, back me, put down a groove, and I'm going to solo over this whole thing. But that's not the way that it's performed. There's obviously solos and involvement deeply from Lee. This is his album. It's his name on it twice. But they're all given space to shine. They're all giving space to solo, to, you know, have really nice leads or bigger fills than usual. So I like a solo album by a band member or by an artist that they recognize that maybe they're not just hired help, these other musicians, but they're creating a band basically for moments that they need to sync up in what they're going for and what their ideals are. And I think that they do a brilliant job in these tracks. And I also like how maybe there's not a story, but there is a progression, as we hear at the very beginning of I Remember Home here, and walking, the journey, eventually on the train. Harmonica kind of, when I think of harmonica, I think of sometimes trains and, hopping on a train and going on a journey somewhere. So we definitely are getting that very much in this track as well. But I like how we get these little sound effects to denote a story of some sort happening here. And of course, you get that in the track titles. So I Remember Home, A Peasant's Journey. First, it was The Journey, then The Immigrant, and then 3, The Promised Land. So moving from one place to another and trying to make your life better, trying to reach, whatever that promised land might be for you, or wherever that might be for you, the struggle of getting there, but the accomplishment of making it. And I think that comes nicely through these tracks. Let me pull up some bits in here. Like, isn't this just a cool track? Right, with some great keys, really nice percussion played here. Like, it just feels good listening to this. And like when these hits came in too, it made me think while I was listening to this particular track, and of course moving forward from there, they do a great job of soloing, playing a cool beat, but making it interesting. It's not stagnant. It's not chorus, solo, chorus, solo, chorus, solo, chorus, solo. It seems like it moves through a lot of different movements in its own structure, even within just one of the tracks, not counting, the 3 tracks within the suite here. And I think that just makes it really fun to listen to. For some reason, the vocals almost remind me of Santana for some reason, or some older jazz rock band for some reason. I don't know why. And can I tell you, the way that he plays the harmonica, it sounds cool. And I don't mean to demean or look down upon the harmonica, but I won't speak for you. I think harmonica, I think of certain genres, certain places it should be. But Lee's taken it upon himself to explore those areas where perhaps no one's thought of exploring or putting them in there before. And we get a nice return in the final finale here. Now, I could not find lyrics, unfortunately. I hear he says it's something bringing me home, but I couldn't hear what he was exactly saying. But I will say that it's more the mood of this track and even the vocals and how they add to it rather than maybe what's being said. Although I think that, of course, it all coincides and ties in to the I Remember Home aspect of this track. This was really, really nice. Like I said, just a great, easy listen to groove out to, chill, put on at the end of the day, or heck, at the beginning. I think you'll be better for it. There's a track, I'm looking at the track listing here. BLT. I'm kind of curious, just like to hear a little bit of it. I'm going to skip. See, like, he makes the harmonica sound like good in there. Like it just fits. I would never think of harmonica fitting in so well in something so jazzy and funky, but man, does he bring it. He brings it well. This was a really, really nice suggestion. I enjoyed that, Will. Thank you. Thank you for their request. I appreciate that. Let me know what you guys thought, of course, down below in the comments. Hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. Hope you felt good listening to that. And I will see you all later, huh? Bye, guys.